Oh, there we go. Oh, what am I doing? Trying to get comfortable. Right. Hello. Sat Sri Akal. Ji Aaya Nu. Welcome to this channel. Or whatever the flip this is. So, I told myself in... Also, मेरे बाल सोने लगने हैं. मैं आज करा के आई हूँ. The hairdresser probably thought, eh, kuri kade baal dhondi hai, karke they were greasy, but that's because I put oil in. And then afterwards he was like, oh, your baby hairs are growing, like keep oiling them. And I went, don't worry son, I will. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I told myself in the beginning of the year that I was going to try and improve my Punjabi. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I can speak Punjabi. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but I'm pretty decent at it, but that's just because I guess of the environment I grew up in. But I did want to like improve my, especially reading and writing, but you know, just like improve, better myself, growth, you know what I mean? Yeah, so a bit of history before we begin on my Punjabi. So both my parents are Punjabi, they can both speak it. My dad better than my mom, but that's because he's from India, whereas my mom's not from India, she's from England. So there's that. They would heavily converse with me in Punjabi for probably the first year or so of my life. And I was about 1 year old the first time I visited India and like stayed with my grandma for a little bit. My bibi. Is what I'm going to refer to her because that's what I call her. Anyway, but then I've been going to like school in England since I was about like 1.5, 2 years old. So obviously a lot of, basically I speak English primarily, but I have lived with my grandparents in my house since I was 6 years old. So I speak to them in Punjabi, but I also had exposure to like Hindi movies, Punjabi movies, etc., etc. I did attempt to go to Punjabi class when I was like 6 or 7 years old. The teacher shouted at me, I'm a spoiled brat. I wasn't having any of that. I said, "Main nahi jana," so I didn't go. But then I did Punjabi GCSE and the speaking and listening was easy for me, but the reading and writing, not so much. I'm able to read, but it takes a really long time for me to get through the sentence. Writing, I'm trash at spelling in English. I'm also trash at spelling in Punjabi because of all the letters. So I think one of my main goals is going to be trying to get the Gurmukhi alphabet down. I'm fine with like the first 3 rows. After that, when we get to all the T's and the D's, don't even get me started. And it doesn't help that my surname has many D's in it. Anyway, so I'm going to be attempting to use like online content to improve my Punjabi because I feel like it's actually quite not simple, but you can actually pick up languages. And you know how like people are like, what superpower would you want to have? Like, first of all, teleportation will always, I hate travel times now. I've realised I really just hate it. But my second would be to be like a polyglot and just be able to understand like different languages and speak different languages. But I feel like I don't have an excuse to not know Punjabi because of my like heritage, and I feel like it's important for me to know it. So I'm essentially gonna reteach myself, and I know I'm not a complete beginner. So the way I'm doing it isn't going to be completely realistic for everyone. So for example, if you really barely know any Punjabi at all, sorry, I'm starting from a slightly different place, but hopefully if you are watching this for whatever reason, you will learn something, pick up something, and it's the thought that counts. Because I've also come to the realization I've been learning French for a while, and and all the content I've seen in regards to Punjabi on like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, is a lot of it is like words that people say, like, how do you say happy? How do you say, like, tree? How do you say, when are you ever going to just need to know, like, how to say one word? Like, you're not going to need to know that. You need to know, like, sentences and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and do that. But I'm trying to improve myself, so I'm going to be trying to do the alphabet. But this is primarily going to be a speaking and listening thing. Because you can use Google Translate. I love Google Translate. When I was abroad in Japan and Korea, let me tell you, that feature where you just like get the camera up and you hover it over and it translates it for you, fan dabby dozy. However, it actually doesn't accurately translate it, because it translates the words literally. It doesn't take into account context, but also just the way you say specific things, you just wouldn't say it that way. Do you know what I mean? So just bear that in mind. Warning, a warning before I should have said all of this, is that I speak a very specific type of Punjabi, because you have to be aware that I'm from England, so I don't have like that intonation, but also from where my family originates from within Punjab, I will say things in a way that's different from how other people might say things. Like, there's flipping 3 ways to say onions, gutta gunda pyaj. Like, what do you want me to do here? Do you know what I'm saying? So just hold your horses. Also, what do you say? Gutta gunda pyaj, because that's going to say a lot about you. Okay? Yeah, so that is in essence what I'm doing. And this, look, देख मेरी book मैं नवी लेके आई हूँ, my notebook, मेरी किताब, right? It's got nimbu on it, lemons, right? This is going to be, my mum's going to be like, that's what you bought that for? I'm going to be like, yeah, that's what I spent like 14, 15, 16 pound on. It's cute. It's from, I actually don't know where it's from. Ryman's? Anyway, it's Kate Spade. Cute. I'm going to write in my nimbu book with my duck pen. Got this from Artbox in Korea. Stop it, I've got a gajar one as well. Gajar is carrot. I know what duck is in Punjabi, you know. What's duck in Punjabi? Duck, 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 duck. I do know this. What's a duck in Punjabi? Duck. Hey Siri, what's duck in Punjabi? Let's see if Siri knows. Can't flip and translate to Punjabi. What do you mean? What do you mean? See, unhelpful. But I have the Google Translate app, so. मैं तो कैमरा तोड़ता ना ही टूटे तो बढ़िया है. There we go. English to Punjabi duck. 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 Batak. Yeah.
Batak.
Batak. I don't think my baby calls it that. Examples of a duck. He was out for a duck. Who goes out for a duck? Anyway, batak apparently. Never gonna use that. But my batak ala pen and my gajar ala pen are going to be. So I got nimbu, gajar, batak. Okay. And we're going to start. And I thought that for the first episode, I would see in this, like, learn Punjabi with me diaries, whatever. I would see, like, what content there is already available that's free and for people to use, aside from, like, TikToks and stuff. So, like, sort of, like, website or whatever. And I have found one. So just give me a second to load it up and then you'll see it in a second. Acha, so I'm going to press record. Mere khayal record hunda hai. Anyway, so I'm on this website. I found this website. It's called eLearn Punjabi. I don't know how good it is and I don't know much about anything, but I know that this first episode is very much on the Gurmukhi alphabet, and this is a bit long. So I'm going to see login. I mean, I hope you don't make me log in, but we'll see. This is an introduction thing. Oh, do you have to log in? Oh, okay, then snap. New user? Do I have to pay? Select your gender. Okay, hold on while I fill out all this information and see if it still works. Also, this is by Punjab Patiala University, so cute. Oh, I've got hay fever, guys, so kindly activate your account. I will absolutely try to activate my account. Thank you very much, Paji. You email that was activate kidda maybe it went to my junk. It did. So I think it might be free. It just says activation. So maybe if I try to log in now it will work. I should have prepped this beforehand, but I just thought. Chalo, let's see. Chalu ho gaya. Okay. So it's working now. Just close my emails. This is, like I said, very much about learning the alphabet or something by the looks of it. But I'm gonna turn my volume up a little so if you hear it in the background. But let's see, this is a 10-minute long, it's in just an intro. It's just gonna tell you about Gurmukhi and Shahmukhi, and I think that we're really gonna be learning Gurmukhi, which is probably. Hello.
मेरा नाम हरप्रीत कौर है.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Harpreet Kaur.
Oh, that's cute.
I welcome you to eLearn Punjabi, the online course for Punjabi teaching. Well, some of you might be thinking now that why should I
It's
learn
on
Punjabi?
YouTube.
Do you have Punjabi roots and cannot speak or write in Punjabi? Do you love
And listen to it in times too.
Do you plan to visit the cultural states of Punjab in India and Pakistan and would like to communicate in local language? Do you absolutely love Punjabi dance and
There's looks like there's vocabulary, quizzes.
Then this online course is perfect for you. Today, in the first lesson,
The quiz is literally like,
it's
how much is it spoken in the
180 million native speakers worldwide in more than 150 countries, making it the 10th most widely spoken language.
10th most widely spoken language. So that's pretty good.
Punjabi is most widely spoken in Pakistan, second most widely spoken language in North India, and third most spoken language in Indian subcontinent. Outside Indian subcontinent, Punjabi is the third most spoken native language in Canada and fourth most spoken language in United Kingdom.
Fourth in UK, that's where we're from.
United Arab Emirates. It is not unusual to find in UK and Canada the names of streets and stations written in Punjabi. Currently, 4 Canadians with Punjabi.
I've literally never seen that, but it might say that. She said that it's not uncommon to see stuff written, like the road signs written in Punjab. I've never seen that, but I'm not really from that area, so maybe. But this is very like, sorry. Sorry, it's so jarring to listen to. I love that song.
Punjabi is one of the few languages of the world that are written in two mutually incomprehensible scripts. In India, Punjabi language is written in Gurmukhi script, while in Pakistan it is written with a version of Urdu script known as Shahmukhi. As we can see here, the word Punjabi
so
is
I'm
in
from
Gurmukhi
India, so
and
I'll be
Shahmukhi script.
Gurmukhi.
The two words look totally different from each other. We shall be teaching Punjabi language using the Gurmukhi script. The word Gurmukhi is made by two words, Guru and Mukhi, which means from the mouth of the Guru. The Gurmukhi alphabet developed from the Lande alphabet and was standardized during the 16th century by Guru Angad Dev Ji, the second Sikh Guru. Originally, there were 35 letters in Gurmukhi script, so the alphabet is also sometimes called Penti, where Penti means 35 in Punjabi. The loan words, mostly from the Persian, Arabic and Sanskrit sources, are also used in the script. To fulfill the requirement of such sounds, the dot is used below the 6 letters of the script. With the addition of these 6 letters, the letters became 41 in number. The first 3 letters, Ura, Ara and E.
I love that. So Bindi, I used to love saying that.
The vowel carriers are used at the beginning of the word. That start with vowel.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to pause it a second. So, like I said, I did I actually get to that? When I did Punjabi GCSE, I taught myself to read and write in like a year after school. I would have one session a week where I would just like go and sit, and there was a teacher, but she wasn't like teaching us. She was just supervising our self-study. And essentially this lady is just saying that there's like 35 main letters of the alphabet, but then there's also an additional line which takes it to 41 like sounds essentially that will make up your speech and when you're reading. But the first 3 letters of the alphabet, so ura, era, iri, they're like vowel carriers, so you use them for, so obviously like a, e, you know what I mean, like I are like some times words start with that, but you need those 3 letters to like attach a vowel to, because you can't just have a vowel that starts. I feel like I'm not explaining it properly, and I'm sure they're going to explain it better, but you can't just have a vowel like one of the vowels. So for example, you can see under that first green one, you can see those 2 lines that are underneath, so that makes a sound, but you can't just have the 2 lines, you need the ura to carry that sound, if that makes sense. And she's just talking about those.
No consonant between vowel sounds. The next 38 characters are consonants representing distinct sounds. Gurmukhi script is designed in a very systematic way. Each letter transcribes a distinct sound. The Gurmukhi script represents the sounds of Punjabi language with remarkable consistency. Many letters of the English alphabet can be pronounced in many different ways. For example, C and K represent sound K, and C can represent 2 sounds, K and Sir, whereas the letters of the Gurmukhi script are pronounced consistently. There is one sound, one symbol principle in Gurmukhi script. There is only one symbol for one sound. Thus, Gurmukhi is relatively easy to learn. It recognizes subtle distinctions in sound, like G and G, K and K. The ordering of the letters is according
That's
to
the difficult part, when you got G, K, K, like, because they sound the same.
Except last 2 groups,
They
consonants
don't,
in all other groups are classified according to the place and manner of articulation. Like in first group, the order of vowel carriers ura, ara, and ed are according to the place of articulation. The order of their place is from backward to forward. Then her is the glottal sound. Then all the letters of second group represent velar sounds. K, K, G, K,
I did not know that. Or the lines are put in different parts of your
These
throat.
consonants are pronounced with the back of the tongue touching the soft palate. Or the letters of next group represent palatal sounds. Ch, ch, j, ch, y. You will see all the sounds of this group are pronounced from this point of the mouth. These consonants are pronounced with our tongue touching the
I feel like this is really boring for you, but I actually thought I was going to end up skipping through this intro to Punjabi, but it's actually quite interesting.
These are pronounced when our tongue tip curls slightly backward and touching the front portion of the hard palate. The fifth group represents dental sounds. T, th, d, t, n. You will see these are pronounced with the tip of the tongue touching the back of the upper front teeth. The next group of letters represents bilabial sounds. P, f, b, p, m. These are pronounced.
Told you, there's like 2 pers, 2 burs.
The next group are pronounced from the point that is further
There's a
forward from the last
makki.
one.
Oi,
The first,
Baji, baar chal
soft
ja.
palate, then hard palate, then front of hard palate, then back of the upper teeth, and then lips.
Also, if you see
There are 3 short letters in
my
Gurmukhi
plants on my bed, just don't worry
they
about
occur in
it.
the foot of other letters. They occur underneath the other letters. You can see here how these letters occur underneath the other letters. Gurmukhi has 9 signs to denote vowels. Gurmukhi has 3 auxiliary signs to denote nasalization and stress. In the coming lectures, we shall be discussing these vowel signs
Yeah,
and letters.
so they've got vowels which aren't included in the
It can be noted that
main
most of the letters
alphabet
have a
part.
horizontal line at the upper part. The characters are connected mostly by this line called the headline to form a word. The upper zone denotes the region above the headline where the vowels reside. Except vowels, some part of ura also occur above the headline, while the middle zone represents the area below the headline where the consonants and some subparts of the vowels are present. The middle zone is the busiest zone. The lower zone represents the area below middle zone where some vowels and certain short letters lie in the foot of the consonants. When we form a word, all the letters are joined with each other by a headline. Like English, Gurmukhi is written in red from left to right. However, there is no capital letters in Gurmukhi. Gurmukhi script has many characters that represent sounds unfamiliar to English speakers, like k, k, ch, ch, th, th, t, t, p, etc. These will not be exactly represented by the Roman letters. With this, we come to an end on today's lecture on Punjabi language. Sat Sri Akal.
Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. That was actually so informative. Not that I didn't think it was going to be, but I just think it's really interesting. But anyway, this was just sort of like sweet little intro. It's not little because it was pretty long, but a short, sweet little, slightly opening the door into like what's going on. I don't really know the trajectory of how this is going to go. I'm not going to do these in order, I don't think. I mean, I might. But there's so much content out there. Just going to stop this recording, actually. Escape. Escape. Hello? How do you end it? How do you end the recording? Menu chetani. Do I... Was that even recording this whole time? Because I'm going to be pissed off if he wasn't. Hello? I actually don't know what I've done. Oh, it's up here. Anyway, yeah, so this was like a short little segue into learning it, but I'm going to do like a variety of things of like more like pop culture things, because I know like that's probably how you're going to want to use whatever Punjabi you're picking up in the future anyway, and it's really important for like pronunciation and stuff like that, because it's easy to like just it's not easy, but it's simple to like just look at it on a screen. I think that's what my problem was with French, is that you don't really like realize until you're like actually using it. Yeah, so I think that's it for this one. I don't think I said, did I say even say excuse me guys, did I even say something in Punjabi in this episode? Oh, the word of the day can be gajar. So this is my gajar wala pen. So yeah, let's go with that. The word for this episode is gajar. I don't know why. It just is, okay? And I guess we'll move on to the next one. अच्छा फिर अगली बार मिलते हैं, which means I'll see you next time.